didn't know if I'd make it up the steps without having an asthma attack. All right. I want to let you know, if I exchanged the pair on the left for the pair on the right, it would change my walk. I don't know if it would change my life. But this is actually an advice book. I thought it was a joke. I came up with this concept and I Googled it, and I found these people they got rid of their underwear to have their picture taken. So there are a ton of advice books out there, probably better than that one. And these are some of the most popular ones out there. I read The Secret, and I don't know what it is. So. If you don't want to read, there's plenty of people who will tell you what to do. You know, you got Oprah, you got Yoda, you got Dr. Phil, you got Dr. Ruth. Don't worry, someone, and it may be your family, will tell you what to do. There's a lot of advice out there. And I want to kind of give you some idea of advice that's been given, so maybe when you get advice, you go, maybe that's not true, just because someone wrote it in a book. This guy, Louis, in 1500s, wrote about women that they're not endowed for things of brain and brawn, therefore they should keep themselves busy with things that are useless and frivolous. This lady suggested that one of the best ways to protect your wedding ring is to dip it in dishwash water 3 times a day. I think this husband's a little too relaxed for me. Dorothy was an advice columnist, and she said that the typical American girl is a young woman determined to have a boyish figure, even if she has to starve to accomplish it. She's the mother of anorexia. Romance writer and part-time clown, Barbara Cartland, said, of course, a husband will leave things for you to pick up, and quite frankly, that is what a wife is for. Don Debo suggests, if you want to find Mr. Right, don't pass up that hitchhiker, ladies. Because the majority of hitchhikers are not dangerous, like Ted Bundy. In the 80s, they took kids' books and turned them into syndromes. I think today we'd have to have, change your captain underwear, change your life. This book was in my generation, and it said, if you're quite large, carry interesting purses. This is the biggest blank and lie of them all, from Kotex. Growing up and liking it, the fun is just beginning. And they weren't done. Now they had them on that little thing that over the adhesive of light days with tips for life. Like drinking 8 glasses of water. Why don't they just say, if you're big, get some interesting purses? I love kids' books to help them. My favorite is Oops, I Wet My Pants, which I was thinking of as I was waiting in line for the ladies' room. And I like it because the titles aren't misleading, like this. Congress for Dummies is not the Michelle Bachmann story. And Depression for Dummies is mean. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Love yourself like your life depends on it, and then it gives you, visual aids in case you don't love yourself to just move on to. This one, the one on the left is not about the same subject as the one on the right. It's misleading. It's really misleading. This one, the one on the left is for women tuning up their brains, and the one on the right is for men tuning up their brains. At least that's the rumor. It's just a rumor. And the best advice I ever got, surprisingly, was from my ex-husband. And he said, Mary, if you wish in one hand and you shit in the other, which do you have more of? So I hope when you go for advice, you don't get a handful of shit. Thank you.